Hey guys, welcome to the Nuinspiration Extraordinary Gentleman podcast. My name is Sean Ireton. Today I want to talk to you guys about something that I'm very passionate about, something that's been on my mind for quite a while, and I'd love to share it with you. This is about the tech industry. Right now things are changing quite a bit. A lot of stuff is going on, like Bitcoin and different social media dynamics, and things are just really crazy right now. And it's only going to change a lot more in the future. So what I wanted to talk about is something that probably not many other people are talking about, and that's style in the tech workplace. So where I want to start is that there's been a monumental shift in style in the workplace over the span of 20 to 30 years. Suits and collared shirts were the mandated workforce attire for both men and women. However, somewhere along the line, some manager or boss was like, hey, let's do casual Friday. Which sounds great, but as of today, dress codes have been immensely de-evolved because many guys who wanted to be just like Mark Zuckerberg and Steve Jobs complained enough and were being appeased by their managers to wear whatever they want. So it's changed quite a bit over the years in that workplace attire. But that's not all. Many leaders at tech startups, they don't really care about how their teams dress either. But to be honest with you, I kind of respect it. I have respect for this mentality of not giving into the status quo, because that's what Steve Jobs' exact mantra for Apple was, which was think different. Right? I mean, that was their tagline for years. And I want to be clear that I'm not blaming tech. I'm mostly blaming ignorance here. How men of tech dress today are the stale leftovers of the underdog story behind technology's pivotal revolution. The rise of computers and the internet respectfully fosters the ability to be more entrepreneurial than ever before. It has unfortunately, though, become cool for many of the wrong reasons. So with that, an influx of people who want to be the next Zuckerberg are flooding the market and wearing the new standard uniform, and I'm air quoting that, of tech, which says, I don't give a shit, more than I care about my vision for the future. But what's fascinating is that because of this influx, we now are at the opposite end of the dress code spectrum. Years ago, when Jobs and Zuck were first starting out, they were rebels by not wearing a suit and tie like the corporate workforce. That's a big piece of what drew so many people to the tech industry. New candidates didn't necessarily think, they don't have to wear suits. Let's go into tech. That was really only part of it because of those, those clever I'm a Mac and I'm a PC ads back in the day. People loved the idea that they didn't have to conform to standards set in place by the IBMs and Microsofts of the world, where the suit and tie was commonplace. So the rise of everyday casual began, because they felt a sense of freedom to focus more on work, less on their appearance. But here's only half of the fundamental problem at this point. Tech is so oversaturated with people who want to dress casually that the people with real talent, who in the past have rebelled against the commonplace structure of dress and everything else, those guys with real talent have trouble standing out and being taken seriously. This is where understanding how to dress well will come in handy. With an overabundance of casual dressers at every tech mixer that I've seen, or startup company, wearing more formal and stylish attire will make everyone wonder who the fuck you are. They want to talk to you. And if you've got real talent, that shit will be glaringly obvious when you have a chance to speak about your passions and your skills, the projects that you've worked on, everything that you've done in your career so far, all the people that you know, the things that you love, all that stuff will come to the surface. Now, there is an inverse to this argument that if you wear a suit or you dress a bit more formally than the rest of the people in the room, you'll be considered an outsider that no one will want to talk to. That's an excuse of an unconfident man. I've seen it firsthand at I've seen it firsthand at tech mixers that when I wear a suit and when others wear suits or dress more formally, not necessarily having to wear a suit, they get attention, they get compliments, and they get more contacts for their lists. My presence isn't loud or extravagant either. In other words, I'm not attention hungry. I'm not going into the room with a crazy outfit that says, "Hey, here I am, pay attention to me." You don't want to do that. That's not what you want, because likely that's not who you are. I'm simply saying that you should just dress better than the rest of the people in the room because it's okay to be the best dressed person in the room. The other half to the fundamental problem is what I hear all too often from guys in the tech space, and it's this. They quote Zuckerberg, and they say, well, Zuckerberg says that he wears the same thing every day because it reduces decision fatigue, giving him more energy for what matters. Fuck that, okay? That's ridiculous. I've witnessed men with very low self-confidence echo this exact Zuck reference. So, honestly, I call bullshit on it because it's become a fucking excuse for guys to care less about how they look in favor of staying complacent and not changing themselves for the better. Now, scientifically, I do agree that makes sense to reduce decision fatigue, but how many seconds is that shaving off your day? And how many seconds are you trying to save? Zuckerberg's got a whole lot of stuff he's worried about right now. I think he has that as a valid excuse. For you, who's not a Mark Zuckerberg, you don't have that excuse. You don't get to say that. They allow themselves to fall into this because of some stoic desire to not care about what other people think of them. But I can guarantee you right now that that's bullshit, and you really do care what people think about you. But here's the deal. Zuck can say that now because he's already built an empire on the back of a revolutionary time where the market wasn't oversaturated with t-shirt and hoodie wearing underdogs. He created something big when the world wasn't watching, and his empire grew. He now has the freedom to wear whatever the hell he wants. Even Zuck, though, should dress up more often because I can guarantee that when he wears a tux, which I've seen photos of him doing that, he feels like James Bond, and James Bond is undeniably the coolest dude ever. So, Zuck, dress up more often. Now, guys, if you haven't built the next Facebook or Apple yet, you don't have the luxury to care less about your appearance. You should care, because it's not just about how others perceive you. Above all else, it's about making you feel good. It makes you feel confident. It makes you feel powerful and unstoppable. You need to do this for yourself and have more self-awareness if you want to be the next unstoppable force, if you want to be the next Facebook or Apple. If you're self-aware enough to know that you need help with this, let me know, and I'd be more than happy to assist you in becoming the extraordinary tech gentleman you deserve to be. So, in the meantime, though, follow Nuinspiration on Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn, and subscribe to the Extraordinary Gentleman podcast on your favorite platform like Anchor FM, iTunes, and YouTube. And if you have any questions, as always, or if you'd like to comment, leave one for me in the comments box or tweet at me. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have or engage in some meaningful dialogue or debate with you. I'd be more than happy to do that. So let's engage, let's talk, let's have a conversation. Again, this is Sean Ireton with the Nuinspiration Extraordinary Gentleman podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in, and look forward to having you on the next one. Take care.